Hey guys, what do you say? JGA, Gannon 50. I already made a mistake. Take two. I'm just going to do this live. What?
I'm listening to you.
That's my wife, Alice. She's ready to throw tomatoes at me in case I mess up, which I already have. But this is Cinema Verite. Okay, let me try this again. See, normally I would have erased all that, and I still might. But I'm trying to be off the cuff here. Anyhow, JGA 59, Gannon. And what I thought I'd share with you today is I picked up a complete set of the 1970 Topps poster set that was included in the wax packs that year. Um, I had a very large collection that I gave away, and after several years, my friend had some mercy on me, and he gave me back what he could because he had mixed what I'd given him in with his collection to a large degree, and he had also sold some cards. But in 1970, as I remember it, I bought most of my cards in cello packs. There'd be 3 packs of cards connected, a rack pack, and you come back with like 36 cards or something like that. And buying one rack pack of cello packs, and so I don't remember getting a lot of these posters. I do remember them, but I don't remember really getting a lot of them, and I didn't have any around. When my friend gave me back my cards, I didn't get any posters back or anything. I don't recall giving him any, but I loved I remember these posters, and since I got back into collecting, I always liked them, and so I just decided instead of buying one at a time, and really, trying to get the best exact copy that I could get, I just decided to throw in and get the whole set. The posters came folded up, and they're just simply not going to be mint. So anyway, without any further ado, let me go through these posters here. So you got Joe Horland, who was, pretty good pitcher there for the White Sox many moons ago. And by the way, Tommy Agee, he was my favorite Met. And there's an article, I was starting to read it, and I really, if I'm really doing this right, I should have taken some notes. But I mean, for instance, this figure here is not Tommy Agee. They how Topps does this kind of thing, like, the action photos sometimes behind the picture on some of the 1969 All-Star cards, for instance. They don't depict what who the player actually is, and this might be Frank Robinson actually. AG never wore a two-toned helmet, and I don't know if that's it looks like Frank Robinson to me, but this article went into it, and they were describing some of the anomalies, and Tommy Agee was my favorite Met growing up. I was a Yankee fan, but I like Tommy Agee. Now here's Frank Robinson. It's a nice picture of him. Great Oriole and Reds outfielder. One of the best there ever was. First African-American manager. Lou Brock. The amazing Lou Brock. Yep. My first exposure to him was watching the 1968 World Series. He literally tore up the base pads. And Ken the Hawk Harrelson. Here he is playing for the Cleveland Indians. He later went on to become a beloved announcer, I believe, for the Indians. Yes. Ron Fairley first baseman for the Expos that year. Previously played with the Dodgers. They're all in pretty nice shape, these posters. Andy Messersmith, pitcher. Ron Santo, third baseman for the Cubs. There are 24 posters in this set. 24. Willie Davis. Solid outfielder for the Dodgers. Phil Niekro. Yep, the great knuckleballing pitcher. Rick Wise, Philadelphia Phillies. Yep. Willie McCovey, one of the greats, right there. I was reading that this picture is actually very old. It's like from 1959, this action shot of him. And, of course, Johnny Bench. Yeah, I just love these posters. In 67, they had some very small posters. Then in 68, they had some pretty big ones. I don't know if they had anything in 69, did they? Okay, and actually, the seller gave me two Roberto Clementes. Here's one of them. At the end of the pile, there'll be like four doubles, and one of them is a Clemente. It's nice. Frank Howard. Yep. Bert Campaneris. Yep, great shortstop. Denny McClain, last pitcher to win 30 games. All right, see you later. And Ollie Brown, who played for the San Diego Padres. Ed Kirkpatrick, Royals outfielder. Reggie Smith, when he was on the Red Sox. Later traded to the Dodgers. Rod Carew, one of the best hitters of all time. Don Mincher, playing for the expansion Seattle Pilots. This was 1970, but the Pilots were already defunct. They had already become the Milwaukee Brewers, but we have him on the Pilots. Interesting. They did the same thing with the Cards that year. Roy White, I was a Yankee fan growing up, and he and Bobby Mercer were like the center of the Yankees offense back then. Oh, I remember reading in the article that this picture was on his 1966 rookie card. Yes, 66. And they whited out or airbrushed or whatever the other number next to the 6 here. I don't know. Roy White ended up wearing number 6 for the Yankees. I remember him in 1968 with the number 48. But previous to that, he might have had some other number on. Who knows? Maybe just for spring training. Anyway, they whited that out or airbrushed it, and he got number 6 there, which was his number at the time. Roy White. Larry Dierker, pitcher for the Astros. Okay, and I hear the doubles. I was all 24 of them, so I got 2 of Denny McClain. This one's got a little something across his face there, so this will be my doubles. Larry Dierker, he got a little rip there, so. Okay, here's the other Clemente. I don't know. Is this one? I have to compare the two Clementes. I'm not sure which one's in better condition. Or maybe the other one is because it has a little lip, I think. And another one of Ken Harrelson. Yeah. All right, so I just thought I'd share that with you real quick. Yeah, I picked the set up for like, uh-oh, my wife's in the other room. I don't know if I can announce how much I paid for this, but it was under 100. I promise, I swear. Yeah, I love these, and who knows, maybe I'll even frame one. The AG, Tommy AG, he was my favorite Met. Boy, he made some amazing catches in that 1969 series, huh? Yeah. That was a great team. Cleon Jones. The Mets were great that year, 1969. But anyway, hope you enjoyed this, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.